Is she to be buried with a Christian ceremony, even though she took her own life?
She is. So go on and make her grave. The coroner's already sat on her and named it a Christian burial.
How can that be right, unless she drowned herself in self-defense?
Why, 'tis the judgment.
It must be self-offense. It cannot be anything else, for this is my point. If I drown myself knowingly, it argues an act, and an act hath 3 branches. That is, to act the part, to do the part, and to perform the act. Ergo, she drowned herself knowingly.
Nay, but listen here, good Mr. Digger.
Let me finish. This is the water, okay? Here stands the man. If the man goes into the water and drowns himself, it is whether he likes it or not, the end of him. Remember that. But if the water comes to the man and drowns him, he doesn't drown himself, ergo, he is not guilty of his own death.
But is this law?
Yes, indeed. It is the inquest coroner's law.
Well, if you want the truth the way I see it, if this had not been a gentlewoman, she would not have been given a Christian burial.
Why, that's the truth. And that posh folk should be allowed in this world to drown or hang themselves more than their fellow Christian. Come, my spade. The only real gentlemen in ancient times were gardeners, ditch diggers, and grave diggers.
Was he a gentleman?
Aye, the first that ever bare arm.
He didn't bear arms.
What? Art thou a heathen? Does thou not read the scripture? The Bible says Adam digged. How could he dig without arms? I'll put another question to you.
I get on with it.
Who is he that builds stronger than a stonemason, a shipbuilder, or a carpenter?
A gallows maker, for that frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
I like your wit, I do indeed. The gallows is a good answer. But how is the gallows good? It is good to those who do bad. It would be wrong to claim that they are built stronger than a church.
Who builds stronger than a mason, a shipwright, or a carpenter?
Aye, answer me that and put an end to it.
Oh, now I can answer.
Go on.
Damn, I don't know.
Don't beat your head about it. A dull ass does not quicken its pace by beating. And when you are next asked this question, say a grave maker. The house he makes lasts till doomsday. Go get thee to a yarhan. Fetch me a soup of liquor. In youth, when I did love, methought it was very sweet to shorten. Oh, the time for, my behold. Oh, I thought there, was nothing, meat.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business that it sings at grave making? He's done this many moons, he no longer gives a cup. 'Tisn't so, the hand of literal employment hath been daintier since.
But with age, his stealing steps have clawed me into the clutch, and has shipped me back into the land, as if I had never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once. How the knave jowls it to the ground, as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder. This might be the prince of a politician, which is as now offices. One that could circumvent God, might it not? Chance, my lord. Or of a courier, who could say, "Good morrow, sweet lord. How dost thou, good lord?" This might be Lord such a one that prays, my lord. Such a one's horse went to beg it, might it not? Methinks. Why, and so, and now my lady worms. Tramplers have knocked about the mazurk with the sexton spade. Here's a fine revolution, and we had the trick to see it. Think these bones cost no more than the breeding, but to play at luggets with them, mine ache to think on it.
A pickaxe and a spade, and also a shrouding sheet. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made, for such a guest to meet.
There's another. Why may not that be the skull of a lawyer? Wherever his quiddities now, his quillets, his cases, his tenures, and his tricks. Why does he suffer this rude knave now to knock him about the scene with a dirty shovel, and will not tell him of his action of battery? Ha! This might been the fellow with the great buyer land, with his covenants, title deeds, mortgages, fines, dual guarantors, possession orders. Is the fine of his fines and the recovery of his recoveries to have his fine paid full of fine dirt? Will his vouchers vouch him no more of his purchases, and double ones too, than the length and breadth of a pair of indentures? The transfer of property deeds for his land could barely fit in his deed box. And the deed owner can own no more, huh?
Could drop more, my lord.
Isn't parchment made of sheepskin?
Aye, my lord. And calfskins, too.
Now, sheep and calves would seek out assurance in that. I'll speak with this fellow. Whose grave is this, Sarah?
Mine, sir. Oh, a pit of clay to be made, for such a guest to meet.
I think it is yours, since you're lying in it.
You lie out of it, sir. Therefore it is not yours. For my part, I don't lie in it, but it is mine.
You do lie in it, because you are in it and you say it's yours. It's for the dead, not the living. Therefore, you lie.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. So it runs from me back to you again.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What frail woman, then?
For no woman either.
Who is to be buried in it?
Someone that was a woman, sir. But now, God rest her soul, she is dead.
How fanatic the rogue is! And to speak correctly or ambiguity will be our undoing. By the heavens, Horatio, I've noticed this common behavior become so pretentious of late that the peasant kicks at the heels of the aristocrat so closely he changes chillibits. How long have you been a gravedigger?
I started it the day our late King Hamlet defeated Fortinbras.
And how long is that since?
Don't you know? Every fool can tell you that it was the very day that young Hamlet was born. Him that is mad and sent away to England.
Aye, Mary. Why was he sent to England?
Why? Because he was mad. He will recover his sanity there, or if he doesn't, it doesn't matter there.
Why?
It won't be noticed in him. There the men are as mad as he is.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely.
Frankly, by him losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark, I've been working man and boy this last 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth until he rot?
Truly, if he not be ridden before he dies, as many pox-ridden corpses that will barely hold together before being laid to rest, he will last some 6 or 7 years. A tanner will last 7 years.
Why he more than another?
Why, sir, his hide is so tamed by his trade that he will keep out the water a great while, and everyone knows water is a mad decayer of your son of a bitch's dead body.
Whose was it?
A mad son of a bitch's that fellow was. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A plague on him. He was a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of Rhine wine on my head once. This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
This very one.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred in my imagination it is. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips I've kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment, that were wont to set the table on a roar? Not one to mock your own grinning, quite chapfallen. Now get you to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint an inch thick. To this favor she must come, make her laugh at that. Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander the Great looked this way into the ground?
E'en so.
And smelt so? Ha!
E'en so, my lord.
To what base uses may we return, Horatio? Why not imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander the Great till we find it stopping a bunghole?
Yo, that would be a hashtag crazy to even think about. That would be possible.
No, truly not a bit. Follow it through logically and step by step. Alexander died, he was buried. Turn to dust to earth to clay, and when clay is used, why not a beer album? Imperial Caesar died and drunk the play. Let's stop the hole to keep the wind away. Oh, that the earth which to get the world in awe. Should patch a wall to keep our winter's flaw. But wait a minute. Here comes the king, the queen, and the couriers. Who are they following? With such a lack of ceremony. This is just the corpse they follow did with desperate hand take its own life. Someone of importance. Let's hide and watch.
What about the funeral rites?
That's Laertes, a very noble youth. Listen.
What about the funeral rites?
Her funeral rites have gone as far as we are permitted to give. Her death was doubtful. If not for orders from high authority overruling normal procedure, she would be buried in unsanctified ground to the doomsday trumpet sound, with shards, flints, and pebbles thrown on her, instead of sympathetic prayers. Yet, here, she is allowed to wear to a garment, her main instruments, and
These things will be done.
no more can be done. We would violate the holy service of the dead if we were to say the solemn people and lay the rest of the soldiers without hands.
And from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell thee, ungracious priest, my sister shall be an angel whilst you lie cowering.
What? The beautiful, pure Ophelia?
Sweet. Farewell. I heckled you in my toe. I plan to hide that bride won't cover a big sweet flowers for a big sweet maiden, not scattered on my grave.
Oh, triple woe! May it fall 30 times over upon the cursed head whose wicked deed deprived thee of your most ingenious sense. Hold back the earth a while, till I have held her once more in mine arms. Now pile your dust upon the living and dead, until of this flat expanse you have made a mountain, with a peak to rival old Pelion, or the cloud-tipped crest of Olympus.
Who's it that grieves so dramatically? Whose words of sorrow cause the wandering stars to stop in disbelief like wounded listeners? This is I, Hamlet, the prince.
Devil take thy soul!
Not a good prayer! I demand you take your fingers from my throat. May I not be hot-tempered and rash, but I have a dangerous streak in me which would be wise to fear. Unhand me!
Fuck them asunder! Hamid! Gentlemen!
Good lord, be quiet.
I ought to fight until my eyes no longer blink.
But my son, why are you doing this?
I love Ophelia. 40,000 brothers with a combined love could not equal my love. What will you do for her?
Oh, he's mad, Laertes! No! Jesus Christ! Leave him be!
Show me what you do. Will you cry, fight, starve, cut yourself, drink acid, eat a crocodile? I would. Did you come here to whine and not free me? To be buried alive with her? Well, I do too. If you prattle about mountains, let them borrow billions of acres of earth on us, till the earth above us burns so hard against the sun, it makes Mount Oscar look like a wart. Or if you want to talk big talk, I can rant as well as you.
This is sheer madness. The fit will be upon him for a while. Afterwards, he'll be as calm as a girly dove, whose girly golden dove chicks have hatched, sitting sad and lonely. Quiet.
I am not gay. Listen, you asshole! Why are you behaving like this towards me? I always loved you, but it doesn't matter. Even the mighty Hercules couldn't stop a cat meowing or a dog having its day. Ugh!
I pray thee, good Horatio, go wait upon him. Strengthen you. In patience on our last night's speech, we'll put matter to present push. Good Gertrude, set some watch over your son. This grave shall make a living monument. Shall we see? Tell them. Patience on preceding pain.
Thank you for watching and subscribe. Ring the bell!